you can literally be whoever you want to be. Like, you can decide to live a completely different life than the one that you have now. And I think a lot of us forget that. Me personally, I'm on like my 7th life. I up and moved to 2 different states all by myself. I drove across the country twice alone. And all of the people that I've met along the way have all met different versions of me. And to be honest, sometimes I don't even know if my family knows who I am, because every time I talk to them, they're always asking me like, how are you doing? Where are you at? Like, I've been in the same place for 8 years, but I do travel a lot. I'm always on the move, honey. And I have switched careers so many times too. My brother thinks that I just go to school just to try new things, just for the plot. And I think he's right. But that's because you can literally try new things, try new lives until you find the one that fits. You can try new hobbies, date new people, join new groups. You can make new friends and create the life of your dreams, whatever that dream is at that time, until it feels like something that resonates with you. And even if you make a switch and you make a change and it doesn't stick, that's okay, because you still got the experience. I have friends who have been with me on this entire journey, and I'm just so grateful for them because they have accepted every version of me. And you know, I love that for me. But I've definitely made new friends along the way as well. Career-wise, I was a caseworker for 8 years. I worked at Chipotle for a year. I actually really loved working at Chipotle. I worked at a call center for a year, and every single time when I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, I tried something new. The year after I quit my job as a caseworker, I decided that I wanted to be a content strategist. So I applied for a job as a digital marketing strategist. I got the job, did that for 6 months, decided it didn't fit, and went and became the HR manager. And I've been an HR manager for the last 3 years. And this is not my final form, okay? I also went to school for massage therapy in the midst of doing all of that. So I'm also a massage therapist part-time too. You gotta keep it fresh, you know? But I will say that the one thing that has remained constant all of this time, all of these years, has been my brand, Fully Loving Yourself. I started Fully Loving Yourself as just an idea. I threw my first event in a park to teach health and wellness to children. And over the last 9 years, it has grown and expanded, but it's always been my baby, and it always will be. However, I have decided after almost 10 years that I'm going to be shifting away from Fully Loving Yourself. For those of you who have been following me, you may have noticed the name change. It's just my name. The channel is getting a facelift because I decided that I'm tired of hiding behind my business. I'm tired of hiding behind my brand in a sense. I want you to know me and get to know me for who I am. And I want the opportunity to be able to create more here in this space. And after 5 years of coming on here and doing multiple different things, I feel more confident in my voice and in my message. The last 5 years on this channel, I have quite literally been all over the place. I've just been trying to find what works and what fits. I started off doing story times, then I started out doing vlogs, then I was doing hair content, then I went back to vlogs. Now, if you were here for my red, orange hair era, now that was the time, okay? But I ended up letting my hair grow out because I had a horrible dye experience, and I felt like it was time to let my hair grow back and thick and healthy. And I have been on the journey of growing my hair back, but that's a story for another time. Okay, so then I was doing life skills tips. My goal with that was to reach a larger audience with teenagers and young adults, because that's who I was coaching as a social worker. So I was doing how to find your own apartment and best tips for finding an apartment and things of that nature. Then I had my health stuff happen, and then my mental health plummeted, and then that was a whole time there, and I'm just not that person anymore. So I separated my vlogs. I put my vlogs on a totally different channel on A Story Life, and I just focused here on talking, because that's what I love to do. talking and giving tips and advice and just having a good time. With my vlog channel, I actually want to start getting into film moving forward. That is something that I love to do. I love the creative process. I love the creator journey, but that is different than what my goal is here on this channel. And then my goal with Fully Loving Yourself is to actually turn it into a program that I can go and teach at workshops with children and young adults and teens, and I'm really excited for that because that is something that I did years ago when I was a social worker. I taught holistic health to young girls, and I taught them about their bodies and self-care and self-love, and I'm excited to get back to doing that. But I think now that I've gone through the journey, I want to be more than just health and wellness. I want to have a space where I can come and talk about things that make me laugh, things that are interesting to me in the media. I want to talk about my journey of becoming an entrepreneur. And I still plan to share wellness tips and food and recipes and things of that nature, but I just want the space to be able to share more stories, personal stories and other people's stories. And I want to be able to share my thoughts on hot topics. For so long, I felt boxed in. I felt like I could only talk about this one thing because that's what the algorithm liked. And so if that's what the algorithm likes, that's what my audience likes. But I didn't feel fulfilled in that. That didn't make me happy. And it started to make it feel like work. When I really love doing YouTube. I love getting up in the morning, scripting out a video, coming down and filming the video. Like, this is what lights me up. So I decided that if I'm going to do the creator thing with this one big life that I have, I'm going to do exactly what brings me joy. I have things that I want to pour out. I still have places I want to see. I actually talked to my husband about potentially moving overseas. So that's a thing. I just want to try it all. I just don't feel as though we should have to box ourselves in as creators. Like they say, pick a niche, be in a niche, but I just don't feel like that really serves us to our fullest capacity. So in this era, the theme of my life is live it, do it, love it. I am becoming the woman of my dreams right before your eyes, right before my eyes. I want to share how I'm creating my dream life, all of the bumps along the way, all of the lessons that I'm learning, tips to help you build yours, because while yes, our health and our wellness is important, so is our joy. And while the healing journey is constant, we can still enjoy our lives in the process. And I want to do that more here with y'all. Now, again, like I said, it has taken me some time to find my voice on this platform. I've just been trying to figure it out. I've just been trying new things, and that's really just the premise of reinventing yourself and finding yourself. In a sense, this has been my career for the last 5 years, and I've just been trying to figure out how it works for me and what that looks like. And being a creator and a person and a human is about trying new things and finding what brings you joy and doing whatever helps you to elevate to your best self. The best ways that I've found to reinvent yourself is to be in community with other people who are on the same path. So to be around people who are living the life or on their way to living a life that's similar to the one that I desire or on the path to creating. So for me, that means that I want to be around more people who are living a plant-based lifestyle and more people who are on the creator journey or the entrepreneur journey. Now, even though I have friends and family who are not on those same paths, it just helps to have other people that you are in alignment with. So over on Instagram, I started the plant-based flavor files, right? Where I go to different restaurants and I test whether or not they got the flavor. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that because eating out isn't really like the best for you, but it has helped other people to find my account in my city on TikTok and Instagram. And I love that because now I'm connecting with more like-minded people, more foodies, and I'm getting recommendations for places that I can try to showcase and highlight. And I also want to surround myself with people who dream big, who desire big things. Ever since I was a child, I've always dreamed big. Like, I've always had big dreams. I've always wanted to do just big things. I wanted to be an author. Like, I looked up to people like Maya Angelou and Oprah, and I wanted the talk show, and I wanted to write the New York best time sellers. And I've always had a big personality. I've been performing on stages since I was 15. I've been speaking in front of people since I was like 9, speaking in front of hundreds of people. But when you grow up and you realize that people are actually perceiving you, it becomes a little bit more challenging. I remember the first time that I spoke was at my middle school graduation, going to high school, and I remember being behind the podium. My knees were shaking so bad as I was reading my poetry in front of a gym full of my peers and their parents. But I did it. And I actually spoke at my high school graduation as well. I spoke all throughout high school. I spoke in college. I've been speaking on panels ever since then. And that is something that I love to do. But being perceived here on YouTube on such a big platform, it made me feel like I didn't know where I fit. And in a sense, I didn't. I was trying to figure out where I did. So I operated in a sense of fear almost. But in this next era of my life, this next version of myself, I will not be operating out of fear, okay? Because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I know. And most importantly, I know that I can have the things that I desire. I've literally been able to create my dream life, the dreams that I had then. I'm living in them now. And so in the next version of my life, I'm excited to see what happens and what takes place on my journey there. And I want to share it with y'all. You can go back and watch my old videos of like how I used to dress and what I used to look like and where I used to live and the content that I used to make. I'm in a totally different space now. And honestly, the first step in creating the life of your dreams is believing that you can do it in the first place. This is actually something that I'm going to talk about in an upcoming video where I'm discussing how I brainwashed myself into healing, or how I'm brainwashing myself into healing. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can check that out whenever it comes out. But honestly, long gone are the days when you have to pick a career and stay there for 40 years. We don't have to clock in at a company and stay there until we die, unhappy, unfulfilled, and full of a ton of regrets. I don't want to look back on my life with regrets. So if you're one of those people who's been having that mindset of it's time for a change, this is the time. Go and change your hair. Go and change your wardrobe. Go and start looking for that new job that excites you and start that new project or that thing that really lights you up. I mean, think about it. Have you seen Beyonce's run? She went from wearing braids and cowbells to now wearing cowboy boots and blonde hair. Go and do the thing, okay? That just goes to show that we are not stuck in one identity. I'm actually going to be filming another video, follow up to this, on tips of how I'm reinventing myself. This is going to be the start of our Spring Reset series, okay? This is the first video in our Spring Reset series where I'm just talking to you all about how I'm becoming the woman of my dreams. And then in the next video, we'll talk about the actual steps that I'm taking that you can also take to become the woman of your dreams as well. So if you are on the journey of reinventing yourself and self-discovery, this series is going to be really good for you, starting off this new fresh energy of the spring, stepping into the summer. I'm really excited about all of the things that I have planned for this channel, all of the topics that I'm so excited to cover here. And I have a very new exciting project that I've been working on that I can't wait to share with you too. Now, there is this lady on TikTok. I think she's on Instagram too. Her name is Jody, and she does this series called My Favorite Hobby Is Myself. And I love that because online they'll tell you like in order to grow as a content creator, you can't talk about yourself. I don't think that's always true. Influencers are always talking about themselves and they influence you to do the things so that you can have whatever it is, you know, that whole spiel. And I think that we can all do that to some degree. We can talk about ourselves and our journeys and the things that we're learning and the ways that we're living and that can inspire and impact someone else. I love working on me, okay? I do love making myself better. But I feel like now I'm in the era of just loving me as I am and just addressing things that come up along the way. I don't want to be hyper focused on healing. Like, that is a big part of my content, and it's not going to go away because it is a big part of my content, but there's so much more to me and my personality, and I want to be able to show that. Because honestly, when I think about like my healing journey, myself 10 years ago would have never even imagined that we are in a place that we're at right now. And I want to be able to enjoy that, and I want to be able to share how I'm enjoying that and everything that I learned along the way to get to this point, and also focus on moving forward instead of focusing on the past. I also think that's a very big key of healing too. If we're always reaching to the past to pull things from the past, to regurgitate them and reiterate them in our minds, our bodies don't know the difference. I learned that in therapy. But back then, 8-10 years ago, I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. And now I'm here. I have a stable home, stable career, stable relationship. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me that I'm able to sit here and reflect on where I came from and express gratitude for my journey. But this next era of my life, like this next step, she's a businesswoman, like a boss-ass businesswoman. I'm going to be hosting events. I'm going to be speaking more. I got booked for like 4 different speaking engagements. I'm hyped. So I'm also going to be starting a new series over here too, outside of our spring reset series and all of our monthly series. I'm going to be doing Sips with Star. So now that we're no longer doing Fully Loving Yourself over here, we're now going to be doing Sips with Star, and that's self-care, wellness, inspiration, personal growth, and success. And that really embodies this new journey that I'm on, this new era that I'm stepping into, and just embracing everything that we have the potential to become. I'm super excited about this shift. You should be excited too, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel or whatever. So I'm trying to work with more brands. I'm trying to work with more businesses, and I'm calling it all in. I've been praying about it. We've been cleaning the house, clearing out all the energy, all the stagnant energy, just moving things out and getting ready for this fresh new energy, and just inviting all of the things in that God has for us. Now, a big thing that I want to do, that I want to be able to do, is I want to be a girl who doesn't wear makeup. I'm trying to get on my Drika Gates, okay? I want to be one of those girls who could walk out here looking like a glazed donut. So that's also something that I'm going to be working on. I think I'm more so going to be sharing my skincare journey over on the vlog page. So if that's a journey that you're interested in, please go ahead and check it out. But I really believe that I am the result of my ancestors' wildest dreams. I do mean wildest. I have done so much and accomplished so much and overcome so much. And moving forward, my goal is to just operate in that gratitude and just show up happy, joyful, having fun. I'm trying to have a ball, y'all. And I'll box myself in for way too long because I thought that I was too much. I thought that I was too reckless, too loud, too rude, but not anymore. So if you are interested in taking this journey with me and learning all of the things that I have to offer and growing this community, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, sister, brother, auntie, cousin, y'all my loved ones. I'm actually really excited because I am headed to my first event with YouTube. I said in the beginning of the year that I wanted to do more creator events. I wanted to connect with more people who are doing the same thing as me. And on Threads, I seen that YouTube was hosting an in real life creator event. And so I'm getting the opportunity to go and meet other content creators, other YouTubers, and to meet people who work at YouTube. And this is such a blessing because this is something that I've asked for so long. And God now has opened this door because now I'm at a point where I'm ready to take on this opportunity. And I'm just excited to see where this journey goes. And I'm so excited to share it all with you. So that wraps up the first video in our spring reset series. In this series, I'm going to be sharing some healthy habits for success. I'm going to be sharing how I brainwashed myself into healing and mindset shifts. And we're going to be talking about entering into our happy girl era, okay? And reinventing yourself as many times as you need to, because you can. Give yourself permission to be exactly who you want to be. Whether you want to change your name tomorrow or cut your hair the day after that, you don't owe anybody an explanation for the way that you are living your life for you. I hope this touched the right person. Now, in my last video, I talked about money mindset shifts and things that I've learned to do over time as I've learned to heal my relationship with money and abundance. So if you have not had the chance to check that out, I will link it right here. Go ahead and check that out. If you want my love, we can boogie on down. Boogie on down.